Many years ago, when my firstborn was just about 2 years old, I sent her to the room to go and get me the diskette on the table. She ran with excitement into the room and climbed on top of the chair to look on the table, and then came back and said, "Daddy, I didn't see it." I said, "You didn't see it, or you didn't know what a diskette is." You see, the reason why she couldn't bring me that diskette was because her vocabulary wasn't rich enough. Now, that's what is happening to many people who are going into God's presence and are saying, "I'm not able to hear Him." It's because your spiritual vocabulary is not rich enough to have a conversation with Him. You say spiritual vocabulary? Yes. The more you read the Bible, the more your spiritual vocabulary increases, and then the more you are able to hear and receive when God is speaking. You see, God is a spirit, and when He speaks, it's spirit. And your spirit receives that and then changes it to the language of your mind. So it is how much of the word you have that will determine how much you will receive. So get reading the scripture so you can be able to have enough vocabulary to hear and receive from God.
All right, good afternoon. You are welcome to the Better You. And this week we are looking at building relationships that are going to help you to become better in your work, your career, academics, business, in every area of your life. And there are relationships that are very critical that you need to have. Nobody is an island. You will need to relate with people. So even though you're a Christian, you have to relate with people. I remember Paul the Apostle said one time, he said, "When I told you guys that you should not have anything to do with fornicators, adulterers, people who are unclean," he said, "I wasn't talking about the sinners, the fornicators, the adulterers of the world." He said, "I wasn't talking about those guys. I was talking about anyone that is claiming to be a child of God and he continues practicing the path and the ways of darkness and evil." So that's the guy that I don't want you to relate with, because we will have to relate with people. If you're a business person, part of people are your customers will be unbelievers, and you have to know how to relate with them. If you are a Christian, part of the people who are your clients will be, unbelievers. If you are employed, you are doing 9 to 5, part of the people that will be your colleagues at work will be unbelievers. So you'll have to relate with people. That's very important. So now we need to understand that to become better, you need to build right relationships, and there are certain key relationships we need to make sure we build. And the first one was what I was addressing yesterday. You need to build a relationship with your full self first. See yourself as different parts, coming together to become one. A lot of people in whatever they are doing, whether it's business, whether it's profession, whether it's career, I'll always be addressing it in those 4 areas. Basically, there are those of us who are business people. So you're running a business, all right? Either you're providing a service, or you're providing a product, or you are doing buying and selling of a service or a product or whatever. That's business. There are those of us who are self-employed. So maybe you're a professional, you are an architect, a pharmacist, a doctor, and then you run your own clinic as a doctor, or you are an engineer, a builder or something, So we have those who are professionals. You render professional services, you're a consultant as an accountant or things like that. Then we have those who are employed, those who are building careers, all right? Don't just get a job, build a career, all right? Very important, okay? And even if you are doing self-employment, build it, always build it. Then the fourth is, if you're a student, you are training somewhere, you are schooling somewhere, you are building up yourself. Now, you always need people. As a student, you'll have lecturers that are not believers, so you have to learn how to relate with everybody, whether they are believers or not, particularly when it comes to this aspect of our life, which we count to be secular, but as believers, we live all aspects of our lives together. Now, but the first part where you have to build proper relationship is with yourself. yourself. People sometimes are employed and it's only maybe two or three parts of them. Let's assume that there are six parts of you. It's only one or two or three parts of them, that are engaged in that thing they are doing. So what you find out is that you will not be as effective as you're supposed to be. You won't be able to deliver results that you would like to deliver. And like I said yesterday, you need to engage your personality in whatever you're doing, whether you're self-employed, you're a business person, you're building career, that means you're employed, or you're a student. You have to put in your personality. Your personality has to come into what you're doing. You have to bring in, you have to find if your talent can also assist in what you're doing. Yeah, there's sometimes your talent has nothing to do with what you're doing. It can't really come in, but there's certain people that their talents can come in to add, to help them to be more effective, to get better results. All right. Sometimes you have some skills that you have obtained. Maybe you are trained in carpentry by your father or your uncle or something. There's some skills. If those skills will apply to that job, put it in there. Put in everything you have so that you can be super, effective. We had one guy that was um it was like more or less like a security for our church premises, at some point back in Lagos, Nigeria. And then later we made him like a facility manager, so to say. And this guy, because he was skilled in a couple of things, he was skilled in electricals, he was skilled in a couple of things, so he was very handy. And in fact, he was able to attend to so many things, even when we need to bring in a hand to come and fix something, somebody to come and sort out something. He was able to monitor what was being done and make sure that they delivered accurately. And many times he will fix so many things himself. So when it was time for that guy to go, it was difficult to get anybody to replace him. Very difficult. In fact, we couldn't. We had to employ like two people, and those two people couldn't even deliver like he delivered. Why? Because he had all of the qualities that formed him in that thing that he was doing for us, and it was super effective. The same thing I'm saying, you need to put yourself in. You need to relate with every part of yourself and bring it in to be more effective, in what you do. Now, the next line of relationship I want to mention is what everybody knows. You need a mentor. You need a mentor. In whatever you're doing, you need a mentor. If you are building a career, you need a mentor. If you are doing business, you need a mentor. If you are a professional, you are running your own self-employed thing, you need a mentor. All right. Now, what precisely is a mentor? A mentor is somebody who has who has who is doing or has done something you are about to do and has excelled at it and has done it at a scale that is higher than what you are doing at the moment. Someone that can be like a guide, a teacher, an instructor, someone you can consult quickly, take advice from, because definitely he will have experienced whatever you're experiencing or have something close to it. That's a mentor. And you need to find that in every area. A lot of people, a lot of us, I mean, I won't say a lot of people because I fall into that. I fell into that at some point, in my life as a pastor. I didn't have a mentor. So there were a lot of things I did as trial by error, and all of that, until God began to, speak to me. In fact, it supernaturally led me to my first mentor. If super initially, I mean, I was a member of a church, so I had pastors and all that. So I had good relationships, at that point, but when I now began to serve God properly as a minister, I didn't have a mentor. So there were a lot of things that I would just go pray, and seek God until I find a way out on how to do and what to do about it. But as soon as I had a mentor, it made life easier. It made things easier. There was a mentoring meeting that he was hosting once every month that I attended, and he would teach us things, bring experiences on board for us, allow us to ask questions, and all that. And that really did a lot because we had a lot of first-hand information. We knew what to do, how to go about stuff, and all of that stuff, So it's important to have a mentor, all right, in whatever you do. So if you're a professional, find someone who has done, what you are doing and has excelled at it, and relate with that person. One of the things I found out for us believers, Christians, is this: God already has all these things arranged for you. He already has it. I mean, Elisha had an Elijah. God had already arranged for him. You understand? David had a a Samuel and a Saul, that was already set for him, even though Saul was a bad mentor to David, and like that, So there was always something that God has already arranged, which makes it easy for you to get into these relationships. So it's important for you to find that person, pray about it, and once you see that, oh, I'm getting close to this person, and this person has done what I've done before, he has excelled at what I want to excel at, then build that relationship. Cherish those relationships. Don't take it for granted. Treat those people well. In your career path, you must have mentors, somebody who is ahead of you, who has gone the same career path and has seen some stuff, because you need a mentor to guide. When you're facing things, ask questions from your mentor before you make decision. When you're going through stuff, ask questions from your mentor before you make a decision. And then from time to time, spend time with your mentor and have discussion along the same line. If you're a business person, the same thing. Okay. It's important, and when it comes to business, I want to say this. For people who are into business, sometimes your mentor may not even be somebody that is doing exactly what you are doing. Meaning, let's assume that you are a business person and you are running a business that is a product company. So your company is producing a product. All right, maybe it's food product. Maybe you have a restaurant, you're doing hamburgers or something, and then you now have a mentor that is into production of packaged food, and that, so it's almost the same line, but is in packaged food. You are doing, prepared meals and all of that stuff. So now it's important to still find someone, you understand, who is exactly in your type of industry that you also still talk to. But sometimes you may have a mentor that may not be doing exactly what you are doing, that you are really close to, that you are able to ask questions. How did you undo this? How do you undo this? It's important. You can keep that relationship, but you still need to have someone that is doing exactly similar to what you are doing. All right. That is ready to take you under their wings and give you direction and show you what to do. You have to be very intentional about it. Otherwise, you can go on for a long time without having a mentor. And you may even find out that you run an entire life in business, in career, and not have any mentor at all. Yeah. And you definitely, let me say this, and I'll be closing with this. When you don't have a mentor, you are setting yourself as a pace setter. But it is foolish to be a pace setter in a field where things have already been done by others before you. If it's a field where nobody has ever done anything, then it's okay to be a pace setter. It's okay to be the first person to go ahead and do something. But if somebody has already done something in that field before, it's not wise to not have a mentor, because there are things that they have done that you don't need to go and repeat. If you're a pace setter, you make so many mistakes, you have to face so many things, you have to go through so many things, but if you have a mentor, someone that's mentoring you, it's going to help you not to make the same mistakes that they have made. It's going to help you to know how to overcome the challenges that they overcame. Some challenges that took them 3 years to overcome, you can overcome it in 2 weeks. Why? Because they already gained the experience that was necessary. If they are facing those challenges, in fact, some of them have even faced those challenges again, and in 2 weeks they were over it. But every new person will have to spend at least 2 years with that challenge. But if you have a mentor, it gives you the wisdom and the experience that gets you overcoming that thing in 2 weeks instead of 2 years or 3 years. You understand? So that's why it's of advantage. Don't run in a path where others have run and they achieve something, and then You don't want to follow or hear them out or find out what they have done and how they did it so that you can be able to do it and do it well. All right. So it's important. Find mentors. You are doing something, find a mentor. I'm venturing into, I've been writing before, but I'm venturing more into writing now than ever before, you know. So I've followed people who are ministers and pastors who write, you know, but now I want to follow some secular writers because I want to write some secular stuff. So I'm already looking towards having a mentor in that area where I can say, okay, I'm doing this, okay, I'm doing that, okay, should I do this, should I do this? You understand? It's very important. And guess what? Your mentor may even be younger than you. Your mentor may be far older than you. You may be a male, your mentor may be a female. You may be a female, your mentor may be a male. So don't let all the age difference, gender difference, race difference, don't let it stop you at all. Whoever you find as a mentor, let that person mentor you. Now, finally, I said I was going to close the other one, but this is the final one. Now, there are some times you have some people that you begin to follow them and you can feel that they are actually mentoring you because they have created certain kind of mentoring system that is there, but the mentee doesn't have to know them physically or be in touch with them on one-on-one. There are people who have done that. I mean, some of them, they just do regular videos online. They have podcasts and you listen to their podcasts, you watch their videos, you type in a question, you type in comments and they try to do videos to answer those things. Those people are providing mentorship. So take advantage of that. That may even be a mentor on the path for you for a while before you find the ultimate mentor that you need to get, to work with. So find mentors, follow them, look at what they are doing, see how they are doing it, ask questions, and then make sure you run very fast because you can move very fast in your career in life if you will get a mentor. All right. Don't do one man is an island. You can't be alone. You need people. All right. And I'm praying that the Lord will help you. And I hope that this has added to you this afternoon and this evening, depending on where you're watching us from. So the better you is manifesting now. See you tomorrow, same time. God bless you. Shalom.
Are you a Christian that is looking for a good discipleship program that will help you grow in the faith? Then we have one for you. It's called Conforming to Christ course. The Conforming to Christ course will help you to build personal intimacy with God, where you can hear God yourself, build conversations with Him, and receive instructions and directions for life. It's also a course that will help you to manifest character like Christ so that you begin to walk in holiness, love, righteousness, humility, easily like Christ, and also manifest power like Christ, compassion like Christ, wisdom like Christ, and even walk in dominion like Christ. In the Conforming to Christ course, you will also learn how to get all the redemption blessings to become your reality, the blessings of provision, the blessings of healing and health, long life, protection. All of this you can experience for free. The course is free. And all you need to do to get into this program is click the link that is attached to this video or copy the link tree that is on the screen into your browser. Get into the link tree, look for Conforming to Christ, click on it, fill the form, submit it, and we would mail to you the link to the playlist for the classes and the brochure for your study. All you need to do is take the action now. And I look forward to seeing you in the class. I'm Paul Olashore. God bless you.